Hi guys, so we are Monday Night Golf Show. Myself, Rick Shiels, down here with Peter Finch, and it's kind of a Ryder Cup special Monday Night Golf Show with only 5 days.
Yes.
5 days to the Ryder Cup. Well, four. If you would.
If you're watching this at the Ryder Cup, maybe it is the Ryder Cup. It's a Ryder Cup special though. Anyway.
So it's getting close. It's getting really close. So we are going to cover loads of topics about the Ryder Cup today. Our favourite players, our least favourite players, and there's a chance at the end of this video to win a prize.
Yeah,
so stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
It's a good one actually. It's a really good one. It takes a little bit of knowledge from yourself as well, so it'll be quite a good one. This right. So it's getting. Oh God, it's so exciting. I wish that we were going now.
I know.
I'm kicking ourselves that we're not.
It's one of those things. I'm off on holiday. Terrible mix up with the bookings. If you're watching, this is squarely on you. It's a family holiday that we're going away for, and yeah, me and my dad are gutted. All the girls that are going don't really seem to care, which I don't understand.
Well, you are going to Venice, so it's not.
Yeah, it's going to be a great trip. It's going to be a fantastic trip. I mean, I'll drown my sorrows with some
Prosecco and
vino.
Yeah, and I've got tickets. They're literally at home, literally there waiting to go, but unfortunately due to restrictions on children going to the Ryder Cup, which I completely understand, I'm not going. So
Rick's still classed as a child in some circles.
It says under 5, you can't go, so I'm going to do that. If you've not seen the concept before, it's where we kind of talk a little bit about the roundup of what's happened. We're not going to touch too much on the weekend that's just been, because not really a great deal happened, to be fair. A little bit happened at the Welsh and
there's a couple
in the
of
PGA, but
couple of tournaments. The main focus has got to be the Ryder Cup.
Yeah,
hasn't it? So,
lots of players on rest this weekend, obviously due to getting ready for this week. So let's get going with this. We're going to talk about our favourite Ryder Cup player first, because this is going to be. I think it's going to be a really good one. I've got my own thoughts on this. We're going to try and pick a European player and an American player, even though we are massively biased Europe. We're trying to not show it too much. Favourite Ryder Cup player for me is Poulter for Europe. Absolutely. I love his passion. He does everything for the Ryder Cup that it should do. He's so pumped up for it. It's untrue. I just hope, because this kind of is now his third Ryder Cup where he's expected to play well. I think that's going to be a big amount of pressure on him.
It is quite a lot of pressure, and that's what we're doing in the analysis today. We're going to be doing about how to deal with pressure. So stay tuned for that one. But yeah, I mean, from the European side, I'd say kind of Poulter as well if it wasn't boring. So I'll go for someone else. I mean, Poulter is, like Rick said, the Ryder Cup needs players like Poulter's to kind of keep it going and to really kind of engage with people. So Poulter's probably my favourite as well, but apart from Poulter, I'm happy to see kind of Thomas Bjorn kind of back playing, who's had his struggle with his demons. He had a great chance to win the Open at St George's, but then blew it, and then it's the year that Ben Curtis came through and kind of won that one. And since then he's struggled. He's played well. He's not played well, but he's back, and I like his beard.
You like his beard?
I like his beard.
I like it. For the US side of things, I absolutely love what Ricky Fowler's doing at the moment.
Okay.
Apart from he's had USA shaved into his head. Seen that? Yeah. I'll put a picture up on screen for you there now, guys, so you can see that he's actually had USA shaved into the side of his head. But to be fair, his hat's big enough. You're not going to see it.
You're not going to see it. I don't know. It's one of those things. Fair enough. If he wants to do that, if a European player was doing that, we'd probably be having a laugh about it.
We'd all be doing it.
Yeah, we'd all be doing it. From the US side, for me, I love Jimmy. I love Jimmy Walker's swing. Absolutely love Jimmy Walker's swing. So just the way he approaches everything as well, it seems like such a nice guy. So yeah, Jimmy Walker.
We actually saw him at Trump, didn't we?
Yeah. He's massive. I didn't actually realise how big he was until we actually saw him. Huge, massive.
Who do you think will have the best Ryder Cup? Who do you think is going to have an incredible Ryder Cup?
I would say, I think McIlroy obviously play well. He probably has to, but I'm going to go for Gallagher. I'm going to go for Stephen Gallagher off the European team, rookie kind of to the team, but I like his kind of approach, I like his attitude, and he just absolutely smashes it. So I reckon, Stephen Gallagher's going to have a good one.
You might look back at this next Monday and see what we say. I'm going to go with Garcia I think Garcia is going to have a real good one this time. He's been playing incredibly well, and he can beat people in the front nine. So I think Garcia is going to go out all guns blazing and really have a fantastic tournament. And I do honestly believe that one of the Americans is going to have an absolute screamer. I just don't quite know which one. I don't think Mickelson's going to be there and thereabouts. Bubba Watson a bit too kind of up and down.
Never know.
I mean, Furyk, as unconventional as he is, he could be one of the ones that really puts the points on the board every time. And under pressure situations, he's good as well. So, he's proven to be that as well.
Well,
they all are, aren't they, to be fair? We're going to talk... Go on, sorry.
I think Ricky will have a good one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just because his short game's immense. It's so good. So,
And now he's worked on his swing with Butch. Yeah. He's absolutely flying now. Right, but we're going to talk about pressure next. We're going to talk about how to deal with this pressure and how these guys, under the amount of pressure that they got put under. I mean, golf is not a team sport. It isn't. It's an individual sport. If they have a bad round, week in, week out, they can only kick themselves in the dog when they get home. This is a big one. It's not only that they're building on themselves, they've got other players that they're depending on. They've got their nations and their continents to concentrate on and make proud.
Well, that's the thing. If you're kind of standing over in your kind of weekly medal over a 5-foot putt, and you might be feeling a bit nervous, if you add on to that, you've got the best players in the world behind you, willing you in, willing you out. Then behind those, you've got about 50,000 people around the green. Then behind that, you've got about hundreds of million people across the world watching, either willing it in or willing it out. It tends to put a little bit of pressure.
A little bit.
A little bit of pressure. Just a little bit of pressure on.
Oh, I'd be awful. I think I could hit the long stuff.
You wouldn't hit the hole from 5 foot.
I wouldn't hit the ball.
Wouldn't hit the green.
Oh, it'd be awful. But on the flip side of that, we're going to talk about the best ways of these golfers do deal with pressure, and they deal with it so good. So let's touch upon that. We've got some questions fired across from you guys from Facebook and Twitter, so we're going to fly through those, and then we've got the competition at the end, so do stay tuned for that. Right, guys, we've had a bit of a nightmare here. Just got back home to edit the video, and we've lost a bit of it. We've lost the pressure situation. You can see on screen here at the moment, this is me and Pete just setting up, ready to talk about it. We've got about a minute and a bit of footage. I'm going to keep this running actually because it's quite funny behind the scenes footage. Just quickly cover some of the aspects that we actually did touch up on this section of the video. We talked about the different styles of being able to maintain the pressure, being able to withstand the pressure. You're going to see Pete in a minute what he's got with. So things that help withstand the pressure. You've got you guys like Bubba Watson. So Bubba Watson is a prime example of someone who thrives on the adrenaline and the situation. And I remember a couple of years ago down at Medina, you see here Pete with the Hoover. Just thought I'd get him to Hoover my bay while we're filming this. Anyway, Bubba Watson a couple of years ago got the crowd going, got them all riled up, cheering, whooping, clapping. That was a way of him being able to manage the nerves. I don't think it quite worked on some of the tee shots, but that was a way of doing it. Also, Ian Poulter liked that style as well. He would build the crowd up and get them going. Then you've got your guys like Keegan Bradley. So Keegan Bradley has this very unique delivery of his pre-shot routine. Look at Pete, look at that hoovering style. Hey, look at that. Great back and forth. Keegan Bradley has that great style of standing behind, stirring the ball out, staring it out, standing back, coming back, standing back. And Pete was saying about Dr. Bob Rotella, that was something that he's worked on with Dr. Bob Rotella, for the fact that it should be kind of never stopping moving. So he's setting up, then he goes into it, and he fires straight away, no hesitation. Great, again, a great hoovering technique here by Pete. And then lastly, we actually covered Lee Westwood. And Lee Westwood has a slightly different approach. He spends a lot of time over the golf ball. So he sets up and he'll be stood there for a good few seconds before he actually hits a golf shot. And that's how he likes it. So guys, there's a different way of dealing with pressure. There's no right or wrong answer to it. all the top golfers in the world deal with it in a different way. Really sorry guys, this bit didn't work. We'll try and get another video on this very soon. We really will. We're going to join you back here in a minute to do the Q&A section as well, guys. So hopefully you've enjoyed this little behind the scenes cover up. Right guys, so hopefully you've got a lot from that information. You know, that's how the best golfers in the world and in the Ryder Cup do deal with pressure.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has their own kind of particular techniques, like we touched upon with Bubba, but it's hopefully you can take those and apply those to your game. You know, just give them a go and see what you think, and comment in the box below. Let us know how you get on with those things. Right,
so Q&A time. We're going to fly through these really, really quickly. We've got we actually put them out quite late, so we've not got loads, which is fine because we're going to try and keep this quite short today. Let's fly straight to Twitter. We've got McFreedom. How do you stay consistent when unable to practice all year round?
I'm presuming this you mean as in go to the driving range all year round or play all around, maybe weather conditions, depending on where you are. I mean, there's lots of ways you can practice just in the comfort of your own living room. Probably the best way, probably the most underused way, is slow motion swings, actually feeling your way through your technique. And when I mean slow motion, I mean slow motion.
Super slow.
A swing in a slow motion drill, should take up to us about kind of 15 seconds or so, where you feel yourself all the way through. So that's a great way to feel your way through.
Well, I believe there was a story, and I might not get the correct bits of this perfect, but there was a prisoner who was a golfer who used to be a decent golfer, went into prison playing off 18, was in there for however many years. And I'm not condoling crime or anything, but he came out. And
this isn't a way to improve your game generally.
Well, it just gets the gist. And every day he would stand there and do 100 slow motion swings. It would take him hours. I mean, he had nothing else to do, but it'd take him hours. He came out and he shot level par. So it's that feeling that you've got to do slow motion to get really good. So there's ways of doing it.
That's what Shawshank Redemption should have been about.
I'm trying to think of a good term for that. I don't know. Shaw PGA.
Without the shank. You don't want the shank in there.
No, that's good.
Okay.
Shawshank Remedy.
Shawshank Remedy.
There we go. Right, Dan Lister, client of mine. What level of practice and what kind of training plan did you guys work on to become a pro?
Say this one first.
Yeah, let's fly through this. What level of practice? Honestly, I was kind of in that 16 to 18-year-old at the golf club pretty much every single day, as much as I could possibly do it. I know Dan, obviously, people watching this work full time now, and that's hard and much harder to do. My best idea, my best plan, and I give this to a lot of my young golfers coming through who want to become very, very good golfers, is you've got to plan and structure your practice time. Get a diary and fill out everything that you can possibly do in that diary. So if you work 9 to 5 on a Monday, start from 7 in the morning and you can do an hour's practice if it's available, or do some strength and conditioning working, get to work, finish at 5. Think about what you can then do after that 5 o'clock window and actually write it down. If you get it written down on a diary, it's more likely to happen. For young golfers out there who maybe don't need to work or are off, trying to make it full time, is make it your job. This is going to be a job for life. It might not pay straight away, but it'll pay in the future. Make sure every day is really, really structured in what you've got to try and work on.
Yeah, if you have got a full-time job, that's really important. And if you're in junior and you've got time, especially over the summer, and you've got a junior membership of a club, which generally are cheap, just get your parents to drop you off at the course in the morning and get to pick you up in the evening.
Yeah,
just spend all day there playing and practicing.
All day.
And
just make sure that you really do practice. Structured practice. Make that time valuable. It's not about how much you do, it's the quality of it. Nick Roxburgh, any tips on how to play a flop shot? Bet you're gutted about United, Rick. Nick's again another one of my clients. Yeah, I am gutted about Manchester United. Yesterday.
It's another flop, right?
Oh, it's another. After, if you're a football fan in the UK or soccer fan in the US, I'm a United fan, Man United fan, and we've started indifferently this season. Let's say we've bought unbelievable players. We're like the Ryder Cup, the European Ryder Cup team, and we're losing against
the Ecuador national team, maybe.
Yeah, I'll be
fair with Ecuador, you might have a fantastic national team, but
flop shot.
Flop shot. I tell you what, we'll throw up some links to some videos because we could be here for 20 minutes on this one.
Sure.
We'll throw up some links on videos. We've both done stuff on flop shot, so check those out because there are a few different ways you can kind of approach it.
And Nick, if come in booking for lesson, one of my clients anyway. Scotty, how do you practice through an injury?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Do you practice through an injury? It all depends what your injury is. Because if you've got, say, a lower back injury, which a lot of people do suffer with in golf, and just generally as people get older, they do suffer with back pains. But if you've got an injury which is specifically inhibiting the golf swing, if you push the golf swing, you're going to make that injury worse. So in some respects, it's best just resting it, really. And if you do have something, say, like a leg injury, say, where you can still stand but not have a mobility, then you can practice your putting. You can focus on an area of the game which isn't high impact, but can still improve. But you don't want to be forcing yourself through.
I don't think we should be prescribing any practice drills, not knowing your injury.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that'd be silly of us. So I would talk to a health professional and make sure you're getting the right advice for what you're able to do with the injury that you actually have. Mm-hmm. This is a good one for you, Pete. What brand of clubs would you recommend for starters? I think brand. That's really quite important.
Brand is tricky. Brand particularly doesn't matter, but the style of the golf club. If you are a beginner, you just want something that is going to be forgiving. You want something that you can hit from the toe or the heel or the bottom or the top that's going to get the ball going forward. And for that, a big fat cavity back iron is what you really need. So something with a big sole, lots of perimeter weighting, just to help you get that ball up in the air. So not a particular brand, but style of club is a definite cavity back head for the irons, and then a nice big driver and a high lofted fairway woodwork.
If you are a starter, do check out Pete's new series of videos that are coming out as well.
Yes, I've got those coming out. I did record my first one, but I need to re-record a couple of the videos I took because I cut half my head off on some of the recordings.
Oh no, is that the third time now?
Yeah, my camera broke. Well, my memory card broke the first time. This is the second time, so I'm going to have to re-record it a third time. I should be well polished by the last one, though.
Got it. Right, quickly flying over to Facebook. We're going to fly through these. Probably not going to get them all in, but Harry Hodgson says, if you could have a golf lesson from any pro in history or present for an all-round game or one part, who would it be? And you can't pick Rick or Pete.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Would we Ben Hogan.
Ben Hogan?
Yeah, for everything. Every single bit of my game.
I go back. I go Harry Varden.
Wow, back.
Back.
I'm expecting fly there, but it's just Marty Mc. Do you have any plans about playing in Ireland? I think you'd enjoy the courses and make some amazing vlogs. And he's actually put a picture up there with all the golf clubs within a 60-mile radius. Mm-hmm. The answer to that is simply yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
We've got so many kind of plans, hopefully, kind of going forward through this year and next year, to get to so many different places. And Ireland's definitely on the list because there are so many amazing courses over there.
So we're 100% going out there. Marty, thanks very much for putting us up. That's really nice of you as well. I really appreciate that. Kyle Brown, what club is the best out of a bunker? 56 with more bounce or a 60 with more loft?
Probably for most people, 56 with more bounce generally.
Yeah.
See, lob wedges don't tend to have a great amount of bounce if they're like a normal kind of standard lob wedge. But obviously, you can adapt that. But a sand wedge with a fair bit of bounce is normally the best play.
I always find that lob wedges just have too much loft. As in, it's hard. You have to hit them really hard to get them out of the bunker. And normally, you don't have to get them super high in normal bunker shot. Let me go on to the next one, then we'll come back to that one. Paul Davis, would you buy an old, decent brand set of irons or new, cheap irons?
Ooh.
I would go old, good set.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So like,
it's Paul. We used to go to school with Paul.
Oh, did you?
Oh, Woody, you're on.
Why is it called Woody? Because it's Paul Davis.
Long story. Yeah, I'd always go for an older, decent brand. I mean, you can pick up, say, a set of Ping G20 irons. So a couple of kind of models back now from the G30, but you can pick up a full set for probably going on £200-300 now, which is obviously about almost a third of the price that they were when they came out. So if you're willing to shop around, you'll be able to get some really good irons for a decent kind of price.
Let's quickly get through this one. Mario Serridge. This is an interesting one. As you know, shafts are a YouTube talking point from other popular pros channels. Don't know who that would be. As you two have gone to various fitters now, how do you feel the shaft affects how one plays or your performance? Keep up the good work. We have been through to a lot of fitters recently. We really have. And only Friday, we went down to the Grove and talked and had a Cleveland wedges fitting. And Martin, the fitter down there, incredibly skilled. Bearing in mind, this is his profession. We don't fit golf clubs, me and Pete. We have the capability of doing so, but we generally are too busy coaching, really. So, shafts-wise, I don't feel like I don't particularly feel like we're in a super, super strong position to talk loads and loads about shafts. I don't know enough about shafts, as in the actual ins and outs of it. We asked a similar question to Martin. And when we were getting fitted, Martin touched on shaft a lot, and this was a wedge fitting. And he couldn't overstress the importance of shaft enough. He was really going on about the shaft, about how it can control the spin on a wedge, how it can become more consistent, how it can make you do so much more with the performance of the golf club regarding the shaft.
Yeah, he was quite adamant, and that's in a wedge. I mean, generally, I've always kind of assumed that with a wedge shaft, it doesn't really matter too much because the swing speed.
If anything, that would be the least important.
Yeah, so he was quite kind of adamant, and the way he kind of spoke about it, and the way he kind of put it across, you've got the grip and you've got the club head, and what attaches your hands to the club is the shaft. So if you don't really focus on that area, that connection between your hands and the club head, what all the power and the pressure is actually put through during the golf swing, you're missing out quite a big kind of area of the club fitting process. So you do need to kind of pay attention to it and kind of focus on it. But go see a good and well-regarded club fitter, because they'll be able to tell you a lot more.
Yeah, like I say, I think there's a massive talk about shafts at the moment, and it's boring. Go and get fitted. That's the important bit. Go and see the actual experts with it. I've got one last one because he actually sent me this via email. Let me just quickly pull it up. Andy Yeomans. Did you pronounce that right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's only a really quick one because he did send it me last week and I've not sent it this week. How about you guys do a feature on swing weights? It's quite fitting actually, because obviously going back to the shafts, swing weights is again something that I've not massively touched on.
No, not really. I mean, we've got a kind of a rough sketch on those, but again, if you're going to go for weight, if you're going to think about swing weights, ask a good club fitter.
He kind of says, "Do swing weights matter?" Yeah, I would honestly do. When we went to Ping, they were really stressing about the swing weights. One very quick one. What are your thoughts on some manufacturers bringing out titanium 3-woods? Adams and Pings in particular is the 3-wood. The next sales battleground now that the drivers all seem to be similar performance. 3-woods are getting longer. They're getting easier to hit. I think that's going to be something that's coming in soon. So swing weighting, I think it's important. Go and see a fitter regarding what swing weights you should get in what clubs. Don't try and do it yourselves. 3-woods are definitely getting longer because of the fact that the drivers are performing probably the best they've ever performed at the moment, obviously. Right, competition time. We're going to give away some amazing prizes here, but it's down to you to be able to get the answer correct. So we've got a question for you.
And it's not one of those namby-pamby easy answers. You've got to actually put a little bit of thought into it.
It's not A, B and C, it's not. No. Ryder Cup, obviously coming up this weekend. There are 28 matches that get played. And normally the first person to 14 and a half, the first team to 14 and a half wins. The question we're going to ask is, what is going to be the correct score?
So you need to get the team which wins their points total, the team that loses their points total, and you need to get them both correct. So if you think European team are going to kind of replicate the 14.5, 13.5 that last time they achieved at Medina, then put that down, and if you do actually get it correct and in the right order, you'll win a free swing analysis of either me or Rick. And that's basically you sending in your swing. We'll analyse it and fire it back to you.
So this is a service that me and Pete offer online. We actually analyse swings. We talk with, we've both got clients around the world now, which is great. You know, we've got people from all parts of the globe now sending their swings into us to improve their golf game. And we're offering a swing analysis. We'll do, everyone that gets it right wins a swing analysis. Terms and conditions, your answer has got to be in before Friday.
Yeah, if you answer this on Tuesday
next week,
we might look and think you might have cheated just slightly. So it's got to be in before the start of the Ryder Cup.
And that's in there is a monetary value to that, which you can check out on our website as well. And if you are interested and don't get the correct score right, you can check out both our websites to see how you can do that anyway. Brilliant. That's this week's episode.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. So we're not going to be here next week.
No, I don't know what we're going to do. I might get an opportunity to do next week's.
Right,
I might, but you're going to struggle.
I'm not going to be here next week. So next week, if there is a Monday night golf show, it's going to be on kind of Rick's.
Yeah,
Rick's
I'm going down to Prince's Club in Kent to do some filming. So I don't know if I'm going to get time to do it, but I'll try.
And I'm in Venice, and I will be in no fit state to appear on a camera. So,
I think most people like to see that.
Really? I might take some pictures. I might bring some pictures back.
So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Do give it a thumbs up. Make sure you've commented down below. I don't care if you need multiple comments. Do comment. And we're going to make a concerted effort to comment back to every single comment this week. Every single one. So comment a lot. Like the video. Subscribe to both channels. We've got loads and loads of videos coming out this week.
Yeah.
From our day down at the Grove. So do go and check all those out. Like I say, we might see you next week. If not, enjoy the Ryder Cup. I know I'll be tweeting away Sunday afternoon, so go and check me out on Twitter. You'll be in St Paul Square getting on it.
Chasing pigeons and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, awesome stuff. And you're only allowed one guess on the Ryder Cup score.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I don't want someone...
Every combination.
Every single combination on there. So just one guess.
Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you all soon.